Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Now, where was I? Oh, yeah.
Dad! Get away from me! Dad!
Peter's Farts are coming to get you! Peter's Farts are coming to get you! Here comes Peter's Farts! They're coming to get you! Oh, in the kitchen, Meg!
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and when I can inject a laugh, when I can cover an absurd story, I think I'd like to do more of it, just to bring a little levity and joy to your day. If you enjoy that, make sure you leave a like on this video and leave a comment, and also make sure you subscribe. I know it probably doesn't matter that much to you because you check my channel every day anyway, but I would really appreciate it if today is the day you subscribe. That's all I want for Christmas. What I want for Christmas is to reach 1 million subscribers, and there's enough unsubscribed viewers watching my content right now that we could do it. Now, you know, if you watch this channel, that I don't care for journalists. I call them urinalists. Many foreigners often email and say, "What do you mean urinalist?" Well, it's a urinal. It's a thing that we pee into, men, and then a journalist, and then you combine the two, and you get urinalist. But there are a lot. There are many of these peak journalisming and inning journalismisting people in the video game space. But I think I have found the peak journalismist article ever. This is written by the Daily Mail US, and it is entitled, "Ivanka Trump blamed a fart on her classmates when she was a bratty teenager." This is peak journalism. Imagine you spend, I don't know how long journalism school is, 4 hours. You go to a 4-year college. You start out, you think, I'm going to change things. I'm going to make a change in this world. Who wrote this article? Jennifer Smith. I imagine that's probably not her real last name. You're little Jennifer. You look up to real hard-hitting journalists. Maybe you watched 2020 with Barbara Walters and Hugh Downs with your mom when you were young. And you said, I want to grow up and I want to change the world. I want to be a journalist. I want to really hit the hard-hitting stories. I want to tell the world what they need to know. And then you get your job at the Daily Mail and you work for the news section. By the way, this is categorized on their own website as news. It's not under the showbiz or female or entertainment. I mean, look, they literally have categories, subcategories that this would go into, and this is categorized as news. Smash like now if you think that's ironic. And thank you for subscribing, by the way. I really appreciate it. Ivanka Trump blamed a fart on her classmates. This is a real article about a kid farting. This is news. Are you kidding me? Like, this is your biggest moment. Let's look at some of the highlights from the article. Lysandra Orstrom, 38, wrote in Vanity Fair on Tuesday about her friendship with Ivanka when they attended Chapin, an Upper East Side girls' school. She says they became inseparable. They were good friends until 2009. And so what? 11 years later, you're no friend of Ivanka Trump's. By the way, I don't care if you like or dislike Ivanka Trump. She's a person who, writing this article about her is just peak journalisming in TM. She was one of Ivanka's bridesmaids for her wedding to Jared Kushner. Lysandra says Ivanka charmed in public, but in private was bratty and a snob. But I thought you were inseparable friends with her. You know, there's one thing my wife told me, and my sister too. And, I always thought, they must be wrong. It must be them. No, my wife's kind of an introvert. My sister's kind of an introvert too, but she's also got a really strong personality. Some might call her, kind of a bee sometimes. So she would agree. But I think it's really true that girls can't be friends. Like, do girls have good girlfriends? Is that even a thing? This person says they were inseparable and they were friends, and then she wrote an article about her farts. She blamed bad behavior on other schoolgirls to get herself out of trouble, she claims. She told one story about President Trump, remarking how she had lost weight as a teenager. She also said once that Don Jr. was doing Lysandra a favor by eating half of her grilled cheese sandwich when they were teenagers. Well, so? Now Lysandra, who voted for Biden in the recent election, is speaking out, saying it's time to lift the veil on who Ivanka Trump really is. Yeah, because we're all that same person we were in middle school. Remember that? We're all the same that we were when we were 13 years old. This friend seems like a see you next Tuesday to me. According to Lysandra, Ivanka responded, "Why would you tell me to read a book about poor people?" after she recommended a novel about a diner manager. I don't know. That sounds like something a rich kid would say. I mean, imagine that, there's always a rich kid and they're always a brat. That's not their fault. That's their parents' fault. Not teaching them the value of $1. And let's just look. I'm not going to read this article. It's ridiculous. This is an article in a news site. Let's look at the response, which is great. It's truly great. Now it has 3.7 thousand comments to just 700 likes. So you know exactly what that's going to look like. And if you just look at some of the quote tweets, they're incessantly, apparently we've just discovered that teenagers act like teenagers when they're teenagers. Oh no. Wow, huge news. Stars, they're just like us. This wouldn't be newsworthy even if she had dumped in her pants and blamed it on the patriarchy. TDS is not a thing. It's normal and sane to despise a politician to the point you report on what a staffer and member of their family may or may not have been doing about a fart as a teenager. This is epitome of reasonable reporting, and we've always been at war with East Asia, sorry. What? The media, I mean, this is how you got Trump elected, right? You get that, right? This is how he's probably going to run again in 2024 because of you. Keep writing these articles. Here's Nicole Arbor. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the mainstream news? Poe's Law, so what? Are you actually serious with this? Impeachable. Who will Joe Biden blame when he fills his diaper? Who among us? Journalism has reached new heights in the West. Propaganda by CNN for the liberals and wading into the gutter by right-wing press. Journalism is dead. Look at the replies. Oh my God, who cares? Officials dispute this claim about teenagers being bratty. Click here to see why. Power tends to corrupt, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Wow, just wow. That's journalism. This is why independent journalists are pushing you guys out. Get help. And that's exactly true. I don't know the numbers for the Daily Mail, but I would not be surprised if one man, Tim Pool, gets more views than them. I bet you Tim Pool in a month gets more views than CNN. I know I've gotten close. I mean, what? Who are these people? This is garbage. Let's push a story about a fart versus a story about a drug-addicted son who uses politics as political father for financial gain. And thankfully, no, to be honest, thankfully they're getting resoundingly destroyed. I don't know how I caught wind of this article, but it seems like a lot of hot air. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but my gut feeling is that it's not breaking news. It's just breaking wind. So there's no reason to be a tight ass about it. It will blow over eventually. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.